Hello, sleepyheads. So whoa, look at that. It's kind of fun. We will proceed. So for today's video, this unintentional style ASMR video, unintentional ASMR style video. I'm not following a specific prompt. I'm not taking you around over the course of my weekend. I'm not showing you my X-Men cards collection, just to give you two examples from my recent uploads. Yeah, this is going to be a truly random assemblage of any and all clips from like the last 2 months, maybe even 3, that I think have the potential to be kind of tingly in whatever way. Yeah, and in no particular order, okay? So definitely no chronology at play. Maybe I'll keep them in the order in which I recorded them, but I don't even think I'll do that because I think I'd rather break it up and organize it in a way that I think has a little more of an arc. I don't know. I don't even know if that matters, but I do like to fuss over my videos, so I can't make it too easy, you know. I do like to, let me step out of the light. Oh, there's more light over here. I do like to use filters when I do these videos. I think they're fun. I don't really get a chance to play around with stuff like that, you know, visual things like that in my normal videos. So you'll see a little more of that. You'll see more object-based ASMR. Yeah, more little snippets, more like I can take you around with me. I'm not, of course, this is again clips that have already been recorded, but you know, it's a chance to give you a look into my life other than just being like seated at my desk with my normal filming setup. I can show you things out in the world. So if you saw the Taika Waititi short on animal testing and you are looking to go cruelty-free with your skincare regimen, it can be really tough because some of the more ubiquitous, more affordable brands with gentler product lines like Cetaphil and CeraVe do conduct animal testing. So this line, this brand Ceramed X, is a really good vegan dupe, vegan and cruelty-free. Also uses ceramides like CeraVe. That's what a lot of people love about CeraVe. And they have a basic product range, including a few other products than what I'm showing, but they have a gentle cleanser, a moisturizer, and then a thicker, like a cold cream. They don't include niacinamide, but that could actually be a good thing because that's an ingredient to which some people are sensitive. But if you do like it, you can always just add it in a separate product. So yeah, check out Ceramed X. And if you are interested, here are a few more vegan, cruelty-free products to check out. So I'm getting ready to go on a trip, and I'm going to take you all with me as I prepare and as I go. On my way to, got 2 hours and change left. Made it to Arizona. It's very hot, as I would have expected. I'm going to crank this AC in just a moment, but first I'm going to give you a little tour of our Airbnb. So I'm really refining my overnight curls technique. I'm actually going to finish this in the other bathroom. Here's the final result. I'm happy with it. It's not the final result. I haven't brushed it through. I've just kind of teased it out with my fingers. I may just leave it like this. But it's super bouncy. It will fall, but this is the starting shape, the shape I like to achieve with my 1-inch curling wand, you know, with the normal barrel. Yeah, I think I'm getting closer to figuring out how to do it with no heat and very little effort overnight. I'm a sucker for an orchid until I realized it's fake. I know that may be a little confusing because I do collect fake flowers. I mean, I don't collect them anymore, but I have already in my possession several of which I'm quite fond. but when it comes to orchids, I do prefer the real deal. They're perennials, you know, so you can keep them for years and years and they'll just keep blooming. Good morning. I'm gonna hop in the shower. I definitely need to wash my hair. I haven't washed it since I got back from which was only a day and a half ago, but still, it's time. Ooh. He's getting sleepy. I love this manicure so much. It's a kind of creamy peach, almost transparent at the tips. Like you can see, I don't know, yeah, there you can see a little bit of light through them, which I kind of prefer, those really light, milky colors. So pretty. Let me show you the filters I don't use because they fuck with my head. Like this I'm okay with because it's just kind of messing with color. You know, it made my lips much brighter, but they're still the shape of my lips, you know? And it's playing with texture a little bit. It's kind of nice. Adds some visual interest. Let's look together. This filter obviously makes reds and certain pinks more saturated. But look what it does to my poor eyelid. Like that's how red and irritated my eyelids are. They actually turn out brighter than my cheeks, onto which I've intentionally applied blush. So here's a filter I'm not allowed to use, at least not unironically. I don't even think this looks nice. I think this looks uncanny. I'm sitting parked in a completely different part of Los Angeles and the crows still reign supreme here. There's no escaping them. Oh my God. That's a crow. Oh no. Yeah, I don't know about that. Have I decided to give up custard-like desserts? Because I'm off-putting. Those are my favorite jokes to make up, the overly elaborate ones. I have another one. What do you call... Oh, I'm still in this filter. Hold on. I'm sorry. Let me get back to you. Tell me this isn't distracting. Okay, what do you call... No. I'm sorry. I set it up wrong. Okay, I'm going to get it right this time. Why did the Polish dumpling wear a uniform? Because they went to parochial school. So I am leaving for the East Coast tomorrow. Everything's a mess. I have a lot of packing, laundry, cleaning left to do. But maybe I will make some little clips along the way. I don't know. It all depends on how much time I have. So if you see some clips after this, we'll all know how this ended. So I picked up a couple travel size cosmetics for the trip. It'll be nice to not have to take an entire blush palette for that one color that I like and not have to take a full size translucent powder. So I'm excited about those. And I did get a little sidetracked with a random project of combining the tail ends of some lip balms. You know, those bits you can't quite get to. And here is the full array of travel size toiletries I'll be taking on my flight. So there will be restrictions in terms of how much I can take. It is lime, it is coconut milk, coconut oil, it is, there's a vegan... Is it a herniated disc? I don't know. Sure feels like it. Today I had trouble putting my pants on. So here we are. We're just gonna hang out. We're gonna watch Underworld. We're gonna eat a burrito. If I can physically get one. Oh my God, I have a problem. He's got a cookie.
Cookie.
We both scored big. I've never done this before. Wait, do I just pierce the top?
That's how it goes. I don't know. I think you might peel it off like a...
I think you pierce it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, I'm already an old hand.
You already know exactly how it goes. You don't like the things in the mouth, do you? Tapioca's a little intense.
I still like the horchata. I had to turn the audio on these clips way down because it was just so noisy. You see the water pouring out of those spigots. I'm staying in a gorgeous vintage hotel and it has this gorgeous vintage pool to match. The Notebook. It's amazing how even something soft in your eye, like a contact lens, if it has jagged edges, like this piece on my pointer finger, can feel quite like a shard of glass in your eye. So the time has come to change out my purse. This one has gotten a lot of use, a lot of love, and it's wearing in a lot of different places. So it has a lot of visible wear in different places, but I've liked it so much, this kind of sling style crossbody, that I decided to purchase from the same brand. So I found through secondhand sites the same purse in blush. The brand is Remy Reed, and it's a vegan leather goods brand based in Los Angeles. I decided to go with something, you can see my little bloomers. I decided to go with something more neutral so I can wear it with a wider variety of outfits. I've really enjoyed the blue as a pop of color. I didn't pick it out for myself. It was a Christmas gift I got several years ago, and I didn't even realize that it was a vegan brand. So I grew way more attached to it than I thought I would. I actually had avoided using it for several years after receiving it as a gift, and during the pandemic I thought, oh, what the heck, I need a big bag to throw all my junk into when I'm out and about, all my hand sprays, my masks. I need a bigger purse than usual. So I whipped it out, you know. I was like, oh, no one's gonna see me anyway, so I'll wear this kind of loud purse. And then I grew really, really attached to it. So it's no longer made, this style is no longer made by the brand that is based here in Los Angeles. They're just doing different styles. They're doing a lot of like belt slash, what am I trying to say? They're doing a lot of convertible purses that can be worn as belts or crossbody, which is cool, but I really like this crossbody sling, kind of slouchy, but not too slouchy, larger envelope style. So not envelope, I'm sorry. Really, I think sling is the best description. It's a deeper sling cut. I don't know enough about purses to speak cogently about them, but so I found more of this style on secondhand sites, you know, like Depop. There are some on, I think, eBay and Etsy maybe, but I'm not sure. I really like that there are different pockets inside, and the entire cavity inside this pretty capacious purse is separated by an internal envelope that makes up a nice kind of cross section, or you know, like a divider, I should say. And another pocket here, and then an external pocket as well. So I'm considering whether I want to donate this one and, you know, hope that it's in good enough condition still that someone will want to take it home and maybe give it a little love, or if I want to get it repaired before I donate it, or as my third option, I can get it repaired and hold on to it. But, you know, I don't need a ton of purses, so yeah, I'd have to be willing to keep room in my teeny tiny closet for an extra purse, so I have to think about it. The only thing that concerns me is some stores, like, I don't know, cobblers to whom you would take leather goods, or dry cleaners to whom you would take your tailoring needs. They don't really want to work with vegan leathers. I don't know if this is a plastic per se, but like things that aren't actually animal hide. Even sustainable vegan leathers, like they just don't behave the same way as real, like, animal leather. So yeah, I heard a woman getting turned down just the other day when she took something in for a repair, and the person behind the desk was like, we don't work with these materials. Yeah, so something I'll have to look into. Okay, so what was inside my purse? No editing, this is everything. Some masks, KN95s for the most part, hand sanitizing spray, assorted stickers and promotional buttons I've received in the last week or so. I like to collect some of the cuter offerings from stores I like. A random quarter. This sticker is from a candle shop I went to for the first time this week. And then Warby Parker, they make my glasses, and they, I guess, went public, and they were having a kind of celebration at one of the brick and mortars I visited for a repair last week. Vaccination cards, turned over of course. My wallet is turned over also, so you can't see my ID, which I keep in a clear vinyl front pocket for easy, you know, easy sharing with bouncers and bartenders. Then we have a travel size sunscreen and an SPF lip balm, a sample size lotion that the dermatologist handed me, and you know, I think things like that are useful. Then two of my favorite lip balms. One is cherry scented, the other is strawberry scented, and I think uses real strawberries. Then we have a mini hairbrush. My hair gets tangled really easily. Assorted lash spoolies for nice maintenance of my lash extensions. Some Tic Tacs. This is a compostable plastic bag, just in case I need it. I like to reuse them and keep them around for, you know, there's an unexpected mess, things like that. Then this, in the black plastic, is a Flex disc, which is a menstrual disc or a period product. And then these, I think, are Dayquil, just vestiges of my nasty cold from a few weeks ago. And then this is just a baggie of alcohol wipes. These are extra small hair elastics for something discreet in case you just want to do a braid or something and you don't want a big hair elastic visible. And then this is just a normal hair elastic. A single contact lens. I probably put a pair in my purse for a backup, but ripped one lens and needed to replace just a single. And then a single vinyl glove. I don't know why. I guess I'm a mess averse person and like to be prepared. But I'm really not sure at what point that came into my rotation in my purse. So there you have it, folks. If you've never had a Magnum almond bar, the dairy-free kind, you're missing out. Great for vegans, but also for anyone who's avoiding dairy. Let's take a closer look. So beautiful. Okay, are you ready for this crunch? It was too messy lying down. Still pretty messy. Look, I have chocolate all over me. I don't even know how to do this. Every time. Okay, this is the part I'm really not sure about, so wish me luck. Oh no. It really takes a dexterous tongue. Why am I saying these things on the internet? We're almost done. It just melted very quickly. It's not Magnum's fault. It's a pretty warm day in Los Angeles. I think I already said that. We did it. Was it graceful? No. Was it tasty? Yes. I'm not gonna lick the popsicle stick beyond that. I know it's not a popsicle, the ice cream stick. I'm not gonna lick the stick beyond that because having wooden texture in my mouth, don't you dare. It's a good joke, but don't you dare. Having wooden texture in my mouth gives me the heebie-jeebies. Hate tongue depressors. Hate them. Let's take a look inside our medicine cabinet. Down here we have different cleansers, toners. You should always have a hand sanitizing spray so that your hands are clean when you apply your products. And then different serums, nail oil, or I guess cuticle oil, perfume, cotton swabs. I know those aren't great. Someday I'm gonna get rid of those. And then up there, lots of smaller bottles. And then I keep our toothbrushes in this little lucite container so it doesn't drip onto anything else. This is my homemade lash shampoo. I have to make a new batch soon. But this container is like a foaming pump with that spring action. Lots of Paula's Choice. And then the paper towels are temporary until I get some shelf liners because this is a new cabinet. My apartment building fulfilled a maintenance request. We said we needed a new one because it was getting so rusty. You know, it clearly had been in this apartment for years through many different tenancies. Yeah, so that's a temporary setup. Yeah, that's the medicine cabinet. I found the sweetest little sweatshirt at Target. MTV. So I don't usually buy clothes at Target maybe like once a year I'll get something. And this is that thing for this go around. It's got a cozy little hood and a sweet logo. It fits super nicely and it's very soft. And I really like the color. There's a power outage here in Los Angeles. It's been going on for a few hours. I can hear crickets. It's never this quiet. It's so quiet. There's a power outage going on in Los Angeles, so it's nice and quiet. I thought I'd show you a couple things I got in the mail in my ongoing effort to replace as many products in my beauty regimen as possible with plastic-free, vegan, cruelty-free options. So I had a shave bar I got through Etsy, and now I'm trying this company, Thrive. That's it. That's all the packaging it comes in. Oh, it did have a plastic sleeve, but it specifically says, if there's a plastic bag containing this product, it is compostable. And then I got more of the brand of lip balms that I really like, Hurrah. So there's a lip balm in here, and it just came in a cardboard sleeve. So inside this little carton, this little, I guess it's more of a sleeve, just a single lip balm. I really love this company. I can't tell if it's made or based in Montana or Dublin because it has some, both are referenced on the packaging. So in regards to the plastic packaging, the website does have some good information in terms of the company's stance, their goals in terms of sustainability. They're very transparent about how they can't get enough post-consumer recycled material to make their packaging 100% from that. And at this time, you can't really make cosmetic packaging without some plastic. Like, there's just not enough available for all the companies trying to incorporate, sustainable materials like that. So they have used less plastic over the years. Like, they now use less in their components, and everything's a little bit thinner because of that. But they continue to petition the plastic manufacturers. They've been doing that for the past 5 years, looking for a better solution, and they acknowledge that it's frustrating. But it's funny because we talk about holding the companies accountable, but some companies are smaller, and they're also in this kind of this chain, this kind of hierarchy, and there's not a lot they can do either. So given the choice between a company like this and another company putting out lip balms, I try to support companies like this, but there's still the plastic problem. My nails are looking a little worse for the wear these days, but that's okay. From far away, you can't tell, and you really can't tell when you just focus on the tips. But when you look at the cuticles, you're like, oh, yeah, they're growing out. Setting these aside. My hair's in the way a little bit. Taking another look at this. I'm going to be so excited if this works well because, like I said, if this product works well for me, winner, winner. Their packaging is exactly what I want. Ooh. It smells really spicy, earthy, peppery, I think. Kind of peppery. I wonder what the scent is. High performance natural shaving and cleansing. I'm sure there's no added fragrance. That's just the vibe I get. So Let's see. Is there any fragrance? So, let's see. Is there any fragrance? It looks like there's no fragrance for fragrance's sake, which is nice. I mean, I'm not so freaked out by fragrance, but it's nice when something just smells the way it smells, you know? There's patchouli. As long as it's like, ooh, natural fragrance of, okay. So at least it's listed. That's enough for me. I don't know, I don't want to stand here and act like I know anything about anything. Anything about, like, reading this ingredient list, like it's at all intelligible to me. I don't want to play into that, I don't know, the kind of green panic, or not green panic, clean beauty panic that can be a little, just a skosh anti-science, you know, everything in moderation, right? Have you seen those things that are like, this is the chemical composition of an apple? Just because you can't pronounce it and don't understand it doesn't make it bad. But a little bit of that consumer caution is important because, you know, I am also concerned about carcinogens and cancers in my family. So help a girl out, you know? Let me know what I don't know. I'm gonna keep buying shave bars, soaps and things like that through Etsy, supporting small businesses. But it's nice when I find something like this. I'm hoping the lather will be a little better on this. When I look at the ingredients, it's a little more complex than the one I bought through Etsy. And that one felt a little like it was overly simple, like I was just kind of oiling up my legs, but not getting much of a lather, not quite enough slip to prevent nicks, if you know what I mean. So, yeah. Looking for something that goes a little further. So here's hoping this does the trick. It really does smell really nice. A nice neutral scent, you know, kind of like, again, spicy, like a seasonal candle. Not too much of a, like a femme scent, you know? Somewhere in the middle. I love it. So the time has come to make the swap out. Perfect fit. Made myself a new batch of lash shampoo. If you're noticing all this stuff back here, it's not like dried toothpaste, I promise. It's nicks, little chips in the old vintage tile, paint, paint drips, things like that. I'm sure you were worried, so. God, how loud are my air filters throughout this apartment that you can hear them from like 2 rooms over. The only one running right now is in the room off this hallway. Isn't that ridiculous? This is your reminder, friendly reminder, to sweep under your fridge and your stove. Because, you know, I'm a pretty clean person and still the underside of my appliances has secrets. It's mostly just nuts, but there is a vegan white chocolate chip, some little chip bits, and disgustingly enough, what appears to be fossilized meat. Meat. So not so gross, you know, like pea isolates tend to not go quite as rancid as actual meat, but still pretty gross. What time is it? It's macaroni time, obviously. You know what fucking sucks? Realizing you have a weevil infestation and you have to throw away everything in your cabinet that isn't in a can or with like a screw top. Like all this pasta technically could have weevil eggs in it because they're not completely sealed off. I mean, obviously these are open, but like these sealed ones too that I have stockpiled have to go. And yeah, like these open lentils have to go. It's fucking ridiculous. We already threw out so much stuff. It's such a waste of money. I mean, it's not a waste. Once you have a weevil infestation, it's never gonna stop unless you just cut all your losses, get rid of everything that is open. But it's like all your lentils, all your beans, all your grains, all your flours, your oats, like everything, even the cocoa powders. Like there is such a thing as like a cocoa powder weevil. Like maybe in this case it's not that and I can keep those, but we have so many dried goods. Like as vegans, are you kidding me? Like all we eat are like pastas and lentils and like different grains and legumes. I don't think I've ever sighed the word legume before, but first time for everything. Also, is it legume? I feel like I've been hearing that more. Legume, not legume. Can we just get on the same page? Anesthesia, aesthetic, mature, Neanderthal. Sure, niche, preventative, exploitative, the spelling of canceled. Okay, I'm really glad that I ignored the recipe because this looks bang on to me, just the right amount of cheesiness, but look how much milk I supposedly had left to add. I just did it incrementally, and I'm glad I did. I just feel like, you know, I added the 2 tablespoons of optional vegan butter, like for that extra rich flavor, because obviously, and I feel like the recipe doesn't account for that. Like it says add 1/3 cup of milk no matter what, and then if you want extra rich flavor, add the butter. But the problem is the butter is going to melt and become a kind of liquid, and then you're going to have a watered down mac and cheese if you use too much liquid overall, thus defeating the purpose of adding the butter for extra rich flavor, because now you've got soupy mac. It makes no sense. Yeah, this tastes really good too. So always trust your gut. I'm gonna save the rest of this for future use. I like a 1-to-1 ratio of macaroni and cheese to hot sauce. Personally, I also don't understand how people split boxes of mac and cheese between multiple people, like share them with their friend or partner, because I can crush a box of macaroni and cheese all by myself and don't really like to share it because it doesn't feel like enough. I really just left that in there for the emotional experience of a second serving. I definitely could have piled that on top of that and still fit in the bowl. I finally finished off my vitamin C serum. This is the second brand I've tried. The first one was Timeless Beauty, and then I tried May Love. And now I've hit empty on this one as well. I like the formula of Timeless a little better, but it's kind of a toss-up. I don't know. I just haven't really felt... I don't think I'm noticing much happening with vitamin C serums, to be honest. I don't really have an opinion on one versus the other. This packaging is a lot better. You know, you can actually get to the bottom of it, whereas the Timeless Beauty is a pump, which makes no sense to me for that kind of product. I got this free sample of CE ferulic, and I'm going to start using it today, but I don't really know what to do if I like it. I can't afford it. It's like, I don't know, it's a dead-end road. Do I want to know? Do I even want to know how good it is? So teeny, tiny. It's like skincare for a doll. All right, this is all I get.
It has a boba special. That's so cute. It's filled with boba. Just to mix the cars squishy. I have it. These are really cute.
So this is a teeny tiny grocery haul. I didn't really need any produce. We have plenty of that still that we need to eat up. So I was mostly focusing on dry goods and quick meals. This is one of my favorite instant soups. And then I got some date syrup because I'm gonna try to make myself some low glycemic or lower glycemic, to maybe make up a term, lower glycemic matcha lattes at home more often, just to save a little bit of money. And then 2 types of chips. I know I love this kind, so good, kind of like the fiery habanero Doritos. And then I'm gonna try these bean fields, and I hope they're as spicy as they claim to be. And then 2 of my favorite plant-based corn crust pizzas. So tasty. And that's it. Like I said, really small. Trying not to buy more than I need at a time these days because I've been wasting more food lately as I've been out and about more. You know, groceries are going bad in our fridge. So keeping it small, 1 week at a time. So I was enjoying a piece of bread, as one does, and then I needed to set it down somewhere safe for a moment while I grabbed something from outside the door. And I forgot briefly about it, and then I came back to reality and realized I had bread in my pocket. Bread in my pocket. Well, the battle with weevils is finally at an end. And when I say they cleared us out, I mean they really cleared us out. The canned goods survived, things in bottles, and this rice has plastic baggies, little pouches inside, so those were sealed off. So those made it through. But this quinoa is new. All these instant soups are new, just to tide us over. That pasta sauce is new. So basically, just sauces, condiments, seasoning, and canned goods survived. Oh, and some tea back there, our tea. And yes, I know instant soups are not very good for you, full of sodium, but if it weren't for how barren the rest of our pantry is at the moment, I don't think it would look so much like we just left college. But I did have a chance to really scrub out the cabinets, really clean them out. So that's a silver lining. But yes, the nope, that's not the word I was looking for. The weevil misadventure was a costly one. I put some privacy film on the upper part of my bathroom window. And now it's doing something very sweet at certain times of day. Had a nice shower. That's it. It's funny looking at my eyebrows in this light because I feel like they look pretty full. I like the shape. But whenever I'm editing a YouTube video, looking at that footage, I always think, oh, my eyebrows look so sparse, they look so thin, I need to re-dye them, even if like sometimes I had just dyed them that week. And I think it's because the desk light, the light that I use in my YouTube videos, shines so brightly on my face. It shines through my eyebrow hairs and reflects light off the skin underneath. Similar to how some people feel that their hair on their head looks thinner, or their hairline looks like it's thinning or is more sparse under the bright lights of a theater stage or a film set. Yeah, I don't know what my point is. When Halloween is over, you can just turn this friend around and still have seasonally appropriate decor. This vase is a new addition to the mantle. Our friend made it. Oh, and I do also want to show you appropriate decor. This vase is a new addition to the mantle. Our friend made it. Oh, and I do also want to show you, I don't know if we ever looked together at the curtains I have here. They've got these fluffy bits to add texture. They're pretty sheer. How do you all feel about fabric sounds? I'm fairly indifferent to them, you know, as far as ASMR triggers go. But let me know what you think. So I just woke up about 30 minutes ago and I immediately went to get myself a matcha latte because it's one of those mornings. I'm feeling a little foggy, and I came back and parked, and now I'm going to sit in my car and edit for a while. I am one of those people who really enjoys sitting in my parked car, so much so that I will often edit in here for hours at a time, and many of the videos you've watched here on YouTube were edited right here, right in this very spot, right here. Also, can you hear that creaking? Those are my shoes, they're always creaking. I like to flex my feet a lot. I just like to, I don't know, move my feet, mess with my feet a lot. Not mess with them, that sounds like I'm messing with them with my hands. Don't like that thought. Just, I like to fiddle my feet. I don't know, how would you say this? I like to play with my feet. Like, how do you say it without it sounding, like manual? Anyway, I like to flex my feet, and in my boots it makes a very silly squeaky noise. Always. So many of you already know that I collect paper dolls, and I ordered this Nutcracker Ballet. It's a paper theater, and it arrived just the other night in the mail, so you can cut out all these different pieces to create your own miniature paper production of the holiday classic. Can't find another. You know, the in-between pages are blank so that nothing's double-sided, because you're going to cut them out, presumably. Yeah, your own production of the holiday classic, The Nutcracker. I just slept about 11 hours. I needed it. My face is a little swollen. I'm a little crusty. So I took a few weeks off from getting my lashes filled. Oh, a bird just whizzed by. So I've taken a few weeks off from getting my lashes filled. I haven't really had much of a reason to try to look terribly nice the last few weeks. I knew it was going to be a pretty hermetic few weeks. I had lots of work on which to catch up, and I also ended up needing to recuperate from something for which I spent a night in the hospital. So more on that later. I'm not going to even begin to talk about it because I know me, it'll be a big old ramble. So yes, I've taken a few weeks off, and the point being, so yesterday I got my lashes filled for the first time in a few weeks, and a few days ago I got a manicure. I'd had a manicure pretty recently for Halloween, but I didn't really like that one, and This manicure I like more than any other that I've gotten, maybe since March 2020. Yeah, definitely since the pandemic began, more than any manicure I've gotten since I've started seeing my nail technician again, and maybe even, I don't really remember a lot of my manicures going into the quarantine, so it may be my favorite manicure in 2 years. Feeling pretty good. Haven't even put any makeup on today, although I do like this filter. It adds a little bit of nose contour, which is not something I know how to do. So that's giving me a little help as well. I don't really care too much about nose contour. Sure looks nice when it's on. But you know, I don't like, I could take it or leave it, you know? It's really nice where I'm sitting. It's a pretty warm day. We had a cold snap. I was really enjoying it, enjoying the thick socks and sleeping through the night because I don't sleep very well. I sleep pretty fitfully when it's warm, but you know, that's California. It's only ever a few weeks out from your next pretty warm day. So my hope for the day, schedule wise, is to finish editing this unintentional ASMR video. Unintentional style ASMR. And hold for the car. And then maybe even throw together another lo-fi compilation video, this time with its own voiceover. Just because there's not native audio, is that the word or is that the phrase? You know, there's not audio to my liking in the clips already. It's clips of food. I like to take pictures, not even pictures, I like to take videos of my dinner most nights, especially since I put out a what I've eaten during quarantine video. I think it's always in the back of my mind now, oh, I should record my food when I can so I can do that again. So the time has come. I'm going to try to put together another one of those videos for you. So we'll see how the day goes. Let me see if I can show you any more palm trees while we're sitting here enjoying the quiet. Because as you know, my street isn't very quiet, so I like to drive to other streets around Los Angeles and park and sit with my latte some mornings. It's not morning, it's 1 p.m. I slept pretty late, but you get the idea. Let's take a look around. Any palm trees? No, I don't think so. Let's look over here instead. It's a baby palm tree. You know, there are streets I could take you to that are just lousy with palm trees, but this one has more coniferous trees on it for some reason. Okay, let's take a closer look at my nails. It really doesn't show up on camera, but they have a lot of shimmer. I wish I could show you better. It's very subtle, so it's a matter of finding the right lighting. There we go. That's better. See the purple glinting in the light? Just one coat of the shimmer. We just had 2 new carbon monoxide detectors installed. They're dual detectors. They'll function as smoke alarms too. So you have to have one over on this side of the wall and another on the other side, because this unit, you know, it straddles the wall right there. This kind of heating unit that we don't really use. Good thing too, because we have not. We have had neither of the 2 requisite detectors. I've been living in this apartment over 2 years without carbon monoxide detectors, so that's a bummer, but at least it was discovered via the inspection we had a couple weeks ago. Still pretty upsetting. Oh, I'm sorry, that was rude of me. Have you met Fred? As many of you know, some of my pieces of furniture have names, not all of them, but some of them. This is Fred. So I have some kind of bad news. It's minor, but so as you now know from one of the previous clips, I had some carbon monoxide detectors installed, thank goodness, because there were no carbon monoxide detectors in the apartment for the last 2 years. But I thought it was a good time for us to ask our maintenance person about that beeping, and said, hey, just so you know, like, I think one of our neighbors, their detector has low battery or something's off with it because it's beeping constantly. So, like, you know, maybe help us out and help them out by checking on that, because it is pretty annoying. And he said, oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's not in our building. It's not even someone in the apartment complex. My microphone is picking up on it from across a little street, like across the little driveway. And there's nothing any of us can do about that. We could ask them, but they're not very friendly and haven't really cared about things we've requested, or just even like they started repaving the driveway without telling any of us. So some of us had our cars trapped in the back. Like, they really don't give a fuck, which is fine. It's Los Angeles. Most people, you know, are on their guard and not going to necessarily help you out, you know, if they don't know you. And any attempt to foster friendly, neighborly relations is met with total indifference. Like, one time I brought a bunch of, like, not lightweight packages to their front door because they'd been misdelivered to our building. And one of them was there and saw me doing it and just kind of watched. And I was like, here you go. And they were like, that was it. I was like, okay, bye. So, the point of the story is I think we may be stuck with that beeping noise, because I bet they're even less interested in criticism. You know, they're not even particularly receptive when it's to their benefit. So if I came over and was like, hey, this thing is bothering me, I don't think they'd care. I mean, maybe I'm being cynical, but when the maintenance person said that, it just sounded like the beeping even has been a thing for a while. And this issue with, you know, not getting any help from the... I'm missing a clip here for some reason, but I was just saying that the issue may predate our tenancy, and that, to be fair, one of the neighbors in my complex can be extremely hostile toward one of the neighbors in that complex and the one across the alley. Being very hostile towards someone in their complex, like growling and hissing at them. So maybe we never stood a chance. Maybe we were starting from behind, you know. Maybe the bad blood goes way back. I don't know. So there's gonna be some beeping forever. Just like picture that kid in the sand lot. Forever. There was a cyclist. Have you seen that movie? It's fun. Forever. Forever. Sorry about that. Okay, last time I did this, I kept getting witch. So we're gonna try it again. Oh. I don't know anything about tarot. I just think the cards are pretty. I always get doubles. It's probably the cards being like, stop, you compulsive bitch. Just like, accept the answer we gave you. Stop checking.
I just love flowers.